Hey everybody! I've been asked a lot lately about my Paladin build that I've been rolling, and I said I'd make a video and explain my thought processes and why I did stuff, how I play it, and this build has been phenomenal for PvE, PvP. I soloed Ambrime Dungeon at 34 with it. The only thing I needed help with the puzzle, but then they weren't allowed to find anything and they left. Um, I've been dueling 1v2s and winning. I've been fighting in the world constantly. It's been a phenomenal build for me all around. So a little bit of intro to me. I'm Jmar, where I am part of a couple stream where I stream with my wife Sassy Cat on Twitch, where we are MMO broadcasters. Been playing MMOs since 1997 Ultima Online, and been playing and enjoying ever since. My personal playstyle in these games are more of a bruiser style. I want to try to out-sustain you. I want to try to outplay you other than just either I burst you down and you die, or I mess up and you turn around and you kill me instantly. So one of my favorite classes I ever played was my Retribution Paladin in World of Warcraft. And that was my thought process when I was making this character. I wanted to think of a build that could out survive what I've been running into the most, which is like the heavy hitting, great axes, hammers. I wanted to be able to live through that first onslaught of hits, be able to turn around and try to whittle them down. So the first thing we did, because we want to be more jack of all trades, I've seen other paladin style builds, but they went mostly constitution while I am going mostly focus. I only do Constitution up to get this, and I do respec every so often, so I will take it out to bring it down to this notch and put the rest in focus, because that is what we want our build to mainly be about. Focus is our lifeblood. It technically lets us have more health because we replenish the one we have. It lets us do more damage, and it lets us heal. So my personal belief is I'd throw everything into focus. With that said, our gear, we've been going everything of the cleric, which is focus first, then constitution. If you don't know, with your faction gear, you can swap out the stats by buying a seal, like Seal of the Cleric, and turn that gear into cleric. For my gem, I've been doing mostly physical damage, mainly because I run into physical a lot more, and I've been having an easier time dodging magical, even though like fire can hit. I've been having more luck surviving through that than I have just these melees just being on top of me, hitting me. So we've been going mainly for the physical absorption in that. The only thing I would do differently next time is, after doing more research, I would like to stay medium, even though I do believe this build works amazing in plate. Which I almost would like to go back to that one day. But since I am doing this as a PvE, PvE builds, I want to be more jack of all trades, more versatile. So if I do need to heal the dungeon, I get the healing bonuses and stuff like that still. So I would go heavy helm, heavy gloves, heavy boots, medium chest, and cloth pants. So you still stay in that medium range with a little bit more protection. For the gem, just put on whatever you have. This particular gem's nice, and I guess if you could probably put in any slotted gem, is taunts are active. You generate 200% more threat, because a lot of times in my group, I've been tanking and main healing the dungeons. I've been using my heals to get in this game. Heals generate tons of threat. So yeah, I've been generating just tons of threat, and then when they get on me, I'm just putting all my healing down and for fighting in it and killing. Do it. With my sword, the most important part is I have the Amber Gem in there, which is 30% damage, is converted to nature, and it makes now the weapon scale off of focus. So while it'll never do as much damage as if you were a strength build, because you don't get those strength bonuses through the attribute tree, it's definitely doable damage. yeah, it's been really nice. I've been, because of all that, I've been able to solo Ambrime Dungeon at 34, and yeah, it's been doing great with it. With the next is the I have the Lost Base Staff. Both of these weapons, if you wanted to know, they're both found from Ambrime Dungeon. This is an amazing life staff. I haven't even found even close to replacement yet. Plus 17 focus, plus 20% heal bonus. I don't use Divine Embrace anymore with my particular build, but if you do, it's amazing with it because I have used it before. For my build, we'll start in the life staff category, where we start in protection with Beacon. Beacon's a great ability. It shoots out a projectile. The damage is good, but that's not really why we use it. It attaches to the target, and then it'll heal every ally near that target. So for our builds, we're supposed to be staying on people. It's constantly healing us. From there, we put the Beacon 50% larger, so we don't need to be so on the target. And it lasts 5 seconds longer because eventually we'd like to find a way to get Speed of Light in here, because Speed of Light is a big problem we have with this build, is people just being able to walk away, especially early on in the build. That was a major issue. It's starting to get a little bit better, but we'll get more on that later. Orb of Protection, I think, is extremely amazing for this build. I think this is slept on a lot, and it might not be great if you are a pure healer, but this will give 10% Fortify and heal everyone around when you hit, if you're close enough to it. Plus, this will give it recovery, so it's another heal for you. And then I have the shared protection, so if I do hit an ally with it, if I'm in PvP and nobody's near me, I can still get it, because this, if I place it on them, it'll also place it on myself. Then we move over to the healing tree with Sacred Ground. This is a extremely strong ability. It puts another heal on the ground, generates more stamina and mana 100% faster while on that ground, so more dodging, more heals. Plus the last one, Bless, being 50% more heals while they're standing in Sacred Ground. Can't pass that up. Then we have the Life Staff, Heavy Attack, Light Attack. It's just nice. We don't use it very much, but it's just nice not to use the mana up. And then we have this mainly for when we PvP with friends, or if we do dungeons and we do have to main heal. You get free healing if your auto attacks pass through the ally, and removes debuff, which is actually extremely strong in PvP. Then every other passive we just have to help healing. Our light attacks will reduce our cooldowns, which in turn will give us more healing. This Enchanted Justice whenever something hits me, which feels like this was made for that build, since I do consider this build a frontline healer. It'll activate a heal on me and nearby allies. Then Intensify. I don't know if this is really necessary. Maybe again, if you are the main healer in dungeon, it's probably really nice, because it does equal a 30% more heal. But in PvP, at least, when you're constantly moving, you're not heavy attacking very much unless you're sniping somebody running away. And then again, more healing for you and your group when you have your life staff out. And then this will be our next thing we're going to get, which I can't wait for. When you heal an ally and their health is below 50%, you heal for 30% more. It's huge. Then we go into the Sword and Board, where we are mainly focusing on the protection part. We have our Shield Rush, which is a little bit of a rush forward. But this will, again, make them do less damage, which, again, makes you more tanky. And this slows down, which is one of our counters to trying to not let people just walk away and say bye. Shield Bash. Obvious. Stun. Great. This does 100% more damage. Not really super necessary. It's nice, but mainly we have to do that because that one extra second is huge on the stun. Then Defiant Stance. Very important ability. Reduces incoming damage by 30%. You start scaling it up. If your health is above 50%, damage reductions increase by 20%. And restoration at 15%, or gain 15% of your max health when Defiant Stance ends. So this is a big part of our rotation. Then we have Sturdy Shield, grants 15% more armor, 10% reduction in physical damage. Again, it's all about being tanky. So now that I feel like we're tanky enough with Recuperation 2, 10% of heals and regens are increased by 10%. Now we need to start getting some damage in. We don't want to just live forever just to die an hour later. We got to try to start getting some damage out. So this is where we're going to start with that. We're going to, on our third attack, we're going to do 15% more damage. Achilles Heel. This will grant your final attack in your light chain will cause a 20% slow. So again, it'd be harder for people to run away. 10% critical strike damage, or just chance. This is not that important, but we gotta step up here. I might switch that to here. When you block an attack, you gain a stack of empower, gain 3% damage increase for 5 seconds. Actually, you know what? I probably will do that. I probably will respec to this. That does sound a lot better. So yeah, but we needed just something to go to the next step here. I do think this is a better option. We will probably respec to that. Then this will end up getting next. Deal 10% more damage to slowed foes. And this, which will be very important, gain haste on crits. So again, we're trying to increase our damage from here on out, and we're trying to make it so people just can't walk away. So mainly with this build, I wish there was like practice dummies or something so I can demonstrate on. But really, with the build, we usually start in our healing staff. When we see them, we'll start poking at them. When they get close, we'll attach our beacon, which should hopefully be on them. Hit them with our orb, so we're getting that recovery and fortification. Throwing this down. So once all that's done, I switch to sword and board. This is where I start attacking, lower their damage with the Q, shield bash. When my heals start going away, I use the Defiant stance. So now I'm being more tanky, and when this ends, I'm going to get a heal while I wait for my other cooldowns to come off. When my other cooldowns come off and my heal goes off, then I will just go through the same process. And I just keep that up, and yeah, I've been able to do extremely well in PvE. I rarely lose a 1v1 PvP fight, even taking somebody on who was, when I was 30, they were 46. Which we do have our solo video up for when we soloed Amrine, and we do have a PvP video up, and we plan on having a lot more. They're not all wins, but I think all of our fights aren't wins, but usually if I do upload, it's because I feel like we at least played well or showcased the build well. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you do try it, please let me know in comments, or let me know what you think, if you think I could do something differently on it. I do want to bring up a lot of PvP and PvE videos, and I would like to also try to think of some more builds. Like I'm trying to think of like a Death Knight style build that it has frost and physical. It plays almost the same way. So please like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/readyplayerus. And I hope to see you more in the future, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.